I thought I changed the orientation, but it's saying I didn't. Urgh. We're already off to a great start this morning. I'm in a wonderful mood. I haven't even had my freaking coffee. I just dropped off the boys not too long ago. Good morning, good morning. What are y'all doing today? Good morning, lurkers. Good morning, dirty plant hosts and dirty plant enthusiasts out there. It is I, Raquel, your plant madam. And this morning I'm just having coffee / might do some repottings. I'm not 100% sure. I got a new jumpsuit, but it's kind of all over the place. Doesn't have adjustable straps, so it's kind of a mess. Also, I don't have nothing pulled up. All the doggy babies are here, causing complete and total chaos per usual. I know it's a little early to be going live this morning, but our air conditioner is broke again. The same one that I keep telling y'all that the AC man is coming for. It's broke again. So I don't know when he's going to show up. But we called him about it yesterday. I'm trying to lower y'all down a little bit. Good morning, John. Good morning, Kristen. But yeah, we called them about it yesterday, and they were supposed to come out yesterday, but they didn't. I was supposed to go to a funeral on Saturday, but I couldn't. Some of you are local that are actually in my chat. Good morning, Jessica. But in my town on Friday night, we had a really severe thunderstorm. And you know, like my neighborhood is the first neighborhood, it seems like, where all the trees go down. And I thought about taking you guys this morning just on a drive to show you like some of the trees that are down. Like they're huge. One of them's the whole length of a house. The whole length of a house tree is just completely toppled over, and the root system just completely pulled up out of the ground. We have 2 of those in our neighborhood, and this is from Friday night storms. So Saturday I was supposed to go to a funeral, but I didn't make it because we didn't have power. We didn't have hot water. We didn't have anything until like 3:30 in the afternoon from midnight on. And I felt terrible for my neighbor. She's elderly, and she didn't get her power turned back on when we got ours turned on. I guess it was like a different grid or whatever. So we had an extension cord like running out here, like trying to get the neighbors some fans hooked up. Like it was a whole deal. I probably will take you guys around in the neighborhood. Maybe tomorrow morning we'll go around, and obviously I can't show you like all my neighborhood, obviously, but I can drive around with you and then like turn the camera or whatever so you guys can see the damage. But it's, one car got completely smashed in half, like at the end of my neighborhood. Like a tree came down on it and it was sideways and it went like this and just completely burritoed the car. So someone's gonna get a totaled car insurance check for sure. But that happened last time at the very, like right around the corner, we saw a car get smashed by a tree. So it's like, we are just one big ticking time bomb with all these, yeah, Kristen, it sucks. Like every time I hear high winds or whatever out my window, I'm like, oh no. Because I don't know if y'all have ever seen my backyard, but it's nothing but big, giant, tall ass trees. Like that's all there is back there. So if you look back through my back porch, it kind of gives the appearance that you're in a tree house, but it's really just a heavily sloped back area. And it's so scary. I'm a chicken shit through and through, and when the wind starts blowing really hard and those trees start doing this shit, the big trees, I'm like, I'm out. I usually go downstairs into the my makeshift storm shelter. The one room I feel I'm gonna be safe in, and then Casey goes out front on the porch and watches it all go down. Do y'all's husbands do that? Do they go out on the front porch when extremely bad weather is raging outside? It's because storms aren't scary enough. Now I need to worry about your welfare as well because you're Darwining yourself on the front porch. Lovely. You go on the, well, don't we all go on the porch to a point, right? There's a point where it just gets scary and I'm not having fun anymore though. When the stuff sounds like it's whistling and all the limbs start hitting the windows really hard, it sounds like someone's just attacking your house, you know, I'm not having fun anymore. No more porch sitting at that point, you know. Yeah, him and the kids always go right on the porch, and it freaks. They take the kids with them too. It's so annoying. Why can't we just be safe? Why can't there just be safety first? I stole my son's hand-me-down computer chair to bring out here, because last time the chair when I was sitting out here, boy, my ass was dead meat when we got done talking. I think I was like on live for a couple hours out here. My ass hurt bad. I don't really have like a specific thing I'm doing out here. I'm just kind of hanging out. I haven't really even had my coffee this morning. But anyways, lots of trees down, lots of damage. We didn't have, like, none of our cars got damaged, but we did have one fall, like, right outside of our house, like, on top of a little black metal gate that we have. And we're either going to have to borrow a chainsaw to get it cut down, or we're going to have to call a tree removal service to get it cut down. So that sucks. And then all day yesterday we were, like, I'm thankful, obviously. All this goes without saying. I'm extremely thankful, obviously, that our house didn't get by a tree or anything, but it did suck to have to be outside in like 98-degree weather and picking up sticks out of the yard, and then, oh, it just kind of sucked, you know? And I was losing it with no electricity, you guys, and I'm not joking. I was losing it. It was so deathly quiet. And here's my complaint session. So, midnight the power goes out, right? And obviously the lightning is striking, and so like I am like Velcro super glued up against Casey's ass, right? Because storms scare me, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a tough lady, but storm scares me. So all the power goes out, and then, well, I don't know if he'll get mad at me if I say this, but Casey snores or whatever, you know, like no shame in it. Like some people just snore. And so when the house got like deathly quiet and there was no box fan, there was no nothing, it was just so, and like he was just really sawing logs. So like midnight, I go into the plant room and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lay in here, like kick it back on the couch or whatever and see if I can like get a little bit of rest. And he was snoring so loud, I could hear it. Like it was sitting right next to me, even though I was in a completely different room. And I was just like, trying not to, I couldn't have, this is all obvious stuff, right? But I couldn't make a cup of coffee. Like, I couldn't get hot water to like wash my face off. Like, it just sucked. And I was telling Casey, I was like, this is obviously all it takes to like break me mentally is just cut my power off. Like, I need power. I need coffee. I need power. I ended up going to Waffle House just to get coffee because I was like, I can't live my life without this shit. How did the fish, okay, so I was super stressed about the fish. They made it. They all survived, but yeah, I was stressed about the fish. Yeah, they're doing good. They still acting like they're sleeping this morning. I don't even know if you can see them. You can kind of sort of see him very faintly. But yeah, they're just kind of chilling right now. We got the 2 goldfish in here, and then we got another little black one. He's very small, and up against those black rocks, like you can barely see him bopping around in there. Yeah, they all made it, thank God. John, that's a great idea, because our next door neighbor sure had one, and that generator was running, and I was just thinking, damn, I wish that was me. Oh, good, I'm glad you can see him. These little fish are just freaking adorable. We went yesterday on Sunday back to the same Petco in Fayetteville because we were going to try to find 2 more of the really fat, like calico little fishies. We love them. We think they're the best. Casey also got another orange one to replace the one that had passed away in my bedroom, and I wasn't ready yet. Like, he was like, it looks just like the other one, and let's go ahead and get him. But he went ahead and got him, but I haven't named him or anything yet. It's too soon. I told him I'm too emotionally compromised over that damn goldfish. He's already replaced him. Like, he didn't mean anything. He was like, I can't believe you were like that over that goldfish. And I was like, you don't understand, man. Like, every night I'd lay my head down to go to sleep, And his tank was literally right in front of my face. And so like 9 times out of 10, I would kind of like drift off to sleep watching the same fish for so many years. Like, it's sad as fuck. It's really sad. Did anybody else experience any like bad weather or anything over the weekend? Like, it's basically been raining since Friday. Which is, I'm not complaining. The bad weather sucked, but I'm not complaining. It has been hotter than a hoochie coochie out here, okay? Way down yonder in the Chattahoochee. And I have been sweating balls. Super hot. We went to the Pink Fern, and I was going to film, but I forgot my iPhone. And it was already like at the end of our day or whatever. We ate sugar. Also, confession time, we had sugar again. So we've sworn off the sugar for like 30 days. I'm supposed to be doing a somewhat carnivore diet for the next 30 days because I can't stop eating sugar. So I've backslid completely to where I was just clean off of it. I've been completely clean off of, like, it feels like I've been clean off of drugs or something since April. April, May, June, July. I was clean. Nothing. Completely cold turkey. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's because I started doing live streams or because I started back to YouTube or I don't know. I have no idea. I just started backsliding. Yesterday I had a Great American cookie. I had a double doozy. It was so good, you guys. But the payment that I have to make when I have one of those double doozy cookies is that my stomach freaking will grind on itself. Just like all night when I'm trying to lay in bed and go to sleep, my stomach, and it's not my stomach like, you know, my colon or whatever, or my lower intestine. It's like up here, you know, and I don't have a gallbladder. It's just my stomach just completely rejects it. And then I woke up this morning and I had like weird ass, they're not canker sores, but like literal sores like on my gums from eating that food. Like I have some sort of weird, crazy ass, whack ass allergic reaction, I guess, to food at some point. I don't know. Terrible. There was a storm that moved through Saturday, but it barely got us, thank God. One town over had 1 inch. Oh my gosh. 1 inch hail? I hate hail. Ugh. 65-mile-per-hour winds took down trees everywhere. Eugene got it bad. The storm had rotation. Oh my God. So that's like my biggest fear, obviously. I grew up in Tornado Alley here. And we have tornado sirens that go off regularly at every Wednesday at noon to check them and stuff. And we live in the area where we get tornadoes. So, and once when I was young, Grandma or my Nana, we were in the car, like when one was actively around us and we had to pull up underneath an overpass for it to pass us and stuff. Just terrifying. Just terrifying, terrifying. Storms are terrifying. Anyways, Casey like looks at it like, you know, don't be afraid, you know, just don't have fear of the storms and you'll be okay. I don't think that's how it works. We don't get tornadoes in Oregon. Well, you're not supposed to. Well, that sounds borderline like a tornado that you got there. The weather be changing. Like things are not the way that they used to be. That's for damn sure. But yeah, I think tomorrow I'm just going to start the live and I'm just going to be in the neighborhood because you guys will be like, holy shit, when you see some of the size of these root balls that came out of the ground. And I have no clue how you could get a whole giant ass tree to completely uproot itself, but there wasn't a tornado and the house is totally fine and all the windows aren't busted in. Like, I don't know how that happens. I don't even get it. I have no idea what my dogs are doing, but I can hear the most wicked. What are you doing? There's a ripping noise coming from the hallway. Hey, what you do? Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing, sir? You can say hi, King Louie. Oh yes. Oh yes. He's a good dog. Don't get caught. Don't get caught. Oh, get your bum. What a sweet boy. I also thought about doing some dog baths this week. My boy needs it. My little girl needs it. And I think Like, well, half of them we can do in the kitchen sink, and the other half will have to go back to my bathroom where we was dyeing my hair, and we'll have to use the big tub. Because he's got really dirty, his little paw pads are really dirty. Louie doesn't give kisses also. Lilu and Louie are not kiss givers. They're not into that sort of thing. They'll let me give them kisses, but they're not into giving me kisses. Every once in a while, they'll get really excited in the morning or something, and I'll get a little kiss. But those little dogs are weird about kisses. The big dogs, they'll bathe me in freaking slobber if I let them. Little dogs are just a little more particular. I didn't buy anything. I went to the Pink Fern over the weekend, and I didn't buy anything. I felt bad about not buying anything. I've always feel like I'm definitely supposed to buy something when I go into those like little plant shops. But I had already went to Dillard's and bought this. And I bought 2 tube tops. They are so cute, you guys. Everything was on clearance. The tube tops were like 14 bucks. And this little thing was like 40% off to like 30 bucks, I think, and some change. Because you know Dillard's, they start out high. So even though it's 40% off, you're not getting that great of a deal. But you're going to get a little bit of a deal. You beg your one. Is he a little dog or a big dog? I'm curious. It's all my little dogs aren't into the giving affection in that way. Clothes budget shouldn't affect plant. Well, it does. It truly does. And it was supposed to be the first stop on like our little shopping trip or whatever, but it wasn't. And I've been wanting one of these like ever since. I know that y'all could probably give a shit, but ever since I got the other one that was checkered, I think I wore it the other day when I was showing you guys what I got from Sam's. I could live in these damn things. And Casey gives me a lot of compliments when I wear it, and he tells me I look cute as a button. So guess what? We're getting 7 of them. They only had 1 left in the pink checkerboard pattern, and it was a medium. I like to buy these in like an extra large or whatever because I want them to be super baggy. But I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work because it was that freaking cute. I'm gonna make it work. He's a 50-pound baby and he won't give kisses. Oh my gosh! Never even heard of it. Never even heard of it. Oh, it's killing me. I can hear him ripping something apart. Hey, can you stop? Come here. Stop it, please. Get away. They're coming. They're in the house. Hey, quit it. Whatever it is, it's fucked. There's no saving it. It's a whole ass romper. I love this thing too. I've got the other one, and it's just checker pattern. So it's got these big ass, it's got pockets, obviously. The other one I have actually has like slide in pockets. This was like cheaper one or whatever. And it makes my butt look terrible. But it's not like it's not supposed to be the sexiest outfit. You know what I mean? It's just supposed to be like lounging around the house or whatever. I love it. This one's not cuffed at the leg. The other one's cuffed. I don't know. The brand of the ones I really, really loved are called Chelsea and Violet. And it's a Dillard's brand. I bought one pair of their shoes before. I really love that brand, like Chelsea and Violet. You can come up here too, baby. You can't jump though. I don't think I can catch you. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yesterday's ponytail is what we're rocking. Oh. We never let our JRT Daisy lick us, but since she saw videos saying that's how they show their love, I've started letting her do it, but not as she's finished having a gobble. You mean eating or something? Yeah. I don't particularly want to have dog kisses in my face, but when they deny me, when they tell me no, it makes me want them more. Thank you, Kristen. I got it at Dillard's, and I don't know, like, if you could, because it was already on the clearance rack, so I don't know if you went to your local Dillard's, if they would be, like, in stock or not, but you might be able to find them on dillards.com or whatever. I'm just underneath it. I'm just wearing, like, a tube top. It is, I'm telling you, the wind goes straight through this thing. It is so freaking comfortable. I love it. Oh, the other one, you guys are gonna love that one too. It's pink and white checkered. And then I got like a little pink tube top to wear over it. And I was wearing a pink purse last night when we went out. And I looked so cute. It was weird. We went and met up with some family. And Casey's mom was wearing pink. I was wearing pink. And then his sister-in-law was wearing pink. And we were all just wearing pink. No one planned it. It was just serendipitous. Where you go? Okay, you want down. Winston's down here sleeping. He's probably gonna start his snoring here in a minute. Gotta go. Insurance company sends nurses out once a year. She's on the way. All right, John. Godspeed. Peace out. We're not gonna be on super duper long today. I'm supposed to, every time I come out here and I go live, I'm like, I'm gonna get so much done. I haven't even gotten up out of my chair yet. One of these days, we're gonna do a try-on haul in the bedroom, and I'm not gonna lie, the only thing that kind of keeps me from doing that is like the fear of something going wrong on a live, if you know what I'm saying, if you catch my drift. But that does sound fun though. I thought like I thought like we could go to a department store. This is all when I get my service switched over. The service I'm on right now just plain doesn't have good coverage where I'm at. So when I go out and try to do shopping and stuff, it's always like my shit's always gonna just click off. But when I get some better service, when we go into a department store or whatever, I'm legit thinking about taking y'all into a dressing room and then like shoving you in my purse when you don't need to be out, and then like bringing you out and then like shoving you in my purse. I'm just gonna do whatever. I'm gonna do whatever I feel like doing. I'm gonna run this channel like a mentally ill person that I am. That's what I'm gonna do from here on out. Cute little Ficus petiolaris rock fig. I thought it was dead. And then I came out here last week and there's 2 freaking leaves on it. Let me tell you why this is an excellent plant, because we're just all over the map today. It doesn't really matter. You see the little caudex? See the little fat part right here? It's water storage. That means she's a strong, independent woman and she don't need nobody to come water her, which is a good thing because I didn't water her and I thought she was dead. Yes, live clothes try-on session, but I'm hoping that nothing goes wrong. I don't want to lose, like, part of me is like, I don't want obviously for anybody to see my body parts, obviously. But the more scary part is like potentially losing my channel because some body parts were shown or something like that. That's the more concerning part. Like, cause I'm old and I've had kids and yeah, and multiple nurses in my like hospital rooms and stuff. So it's not exactly that part. It's just the, oh my God, if something accidentally showed, like YouTube would shut my ass down. Oh, the other day when I played music when we were in the kitchen, I did not get a copyright strike. Where's my Leica? WTF? I did not get a copyright strike. They just wanted me to... They just wanted me to share the monetization, so it wasn't a big deal. I was like scared to play music because I've never done anything like that. So I don't know where my Leica balls are. Oh, hang on. Hang on just a second. Hang on. Saw the bucket out of the corner of my eyes. Let go. Thank you. About to disturb the hell out of my dogs. My Phyllanthus mirabilis does the same thing. I always think it's dead. It eventually puts out a new stem. Like, I thought it was dead though. Like, I don't know. I'll show you. Like, look how crusty the caudex got. Like, I thought that was the end. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a crustier caudex in my life. I figure it deserves hot. That is so rude on a live stream. You don't even know. Come here. can repot with me. Have a seat. Have a seat. Okay. I've probably had this Ficus petiolaris since ooh, 2020, 2021. Never left the nursery container. So today's the day. We're gonna make it an official home, and I'll probably kill it now. It's lasted this long. See how hard this is to do with one hand? My precious little monkey. Hmm? You thought about kissing me. You give me a kiss? All right. You do that to me on live. It's very, very effeminating. It's emasculating. It's effeminating. It's all those things. Can I please have a kiss? The derision. Oh man, I ain't put this thing. This has been like, I guess I'd call it like my cactus corner or whatever. I know, baby, you too fat to get up here. You fat girl. God. Yeah, I don't even know when the last time I could probably look back on my channel and type in Logis, and that's when I freaking ordered it. It's been forever. Wow, the roots are super fine. Ooh, didn't mean to get it. And of course I put too much leca in the bottom. See how hard this is? Can I put you down? Can I put you down? I can't hold two. Okay, we gotta do this. Let Mama put this stuff in the box. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Everybody chill. Can you see what I'm doing? Sorry for streaming vertically. I don't know. Does anyone care what the orientation is? Do you guys put me on your TV and you'd rather have it horizontal? YouTube tells me I should do everything vertically because if they're pushing live streams or whatever, it's usually on the shorts tab when people are scrolling. But I don't like watching that. Like, I guess if I'm on YouTube shorts or whatever and I find a live stream that I want to watch, I'll watch it in that format. But typically if I'm watching a live stream or whatever, I'm watching it horizontally. So I kind of hate it when I get stuck in this position. And if your live stream is scheduled and then you just go live, like I don't think there's any way to fix it, like unless you just get off and go live again. You watch on your phone. Lickaballs? No, I haven't ever heard lickaballs, but I'm gonna start saying it like that. You just turn it sideways. Okay, good. I don't think it matters that much, but it bothers me. It bothers me. You know, these dogs wouldn't give two craps about sitting in my lap, but there's something about me talking. So if I'm being quiet out here and doing plant chores, they could care less. There's something about me speaking that makes them want to be like all up in my biz. This is perfect. Like, this is perfect. This thing doesn't want to be watered very often. Obviously, Codex, you know, and everything. Me, perfect, not gonna water it very often. And then I kind of potted it up in this leca. So whatever water hits this, it's gonna run straight through with the quickness, which is good because I don't want to kill this thing. Like that would be the #1 way to probably kill it, would be to give it too much water, and it would go, and it would be over. Oh, get out of the dirt. You're on my phone so I can chat, but that's because I'm working too. Otherwise, on my PC. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Jess. You guys are needy. I love this pot too. I actually have a little saucer for it that matches, but I can't find it right now. I put everything up. Is it not so cute? It's like a little fine china pot. I've had it since I very first started beginning collecting plants. It actually has a little delicate, beautiful saucer that goes underneath it. I'm gonna wait till I can find it. That's been repotted. What else? There was this crunchy, remember the crunch? It's not as crunchy anymore. But this was the one in that like abandoned, whatchamacallit, prop box. Wanted to do something with that today. And I'm too scared to do something with Andrew's obliqua because it's been in here for so long. Like, I know I'm gonna fuck that up if I try to take it out. Oh, do you wanna see my peen? Do you wanna see my lean peen? Here you go. Look at my peen. It hasn't grown much, but it's looking right at you. Here's looking at you, kid. You want to kiss it? There you go. You kissed it. God, you want to see like some blast from the past shit? Check this out. If you've been watching my channel for a long time, remember a long time ago when Plantastica and I did a plant, I don't even know if we did a plant trade or she just, I think we did a trade. But she sent me this cactus and this 70s style mug. I'm pretty sure she got it at thrift store or something, but it is so cute. And this cactus has been alive for ever since she sent it to me. That's why I'm telling you, I'm a cactus girl. I'm an orchid girl. I'm anthuriums just make me feel like a bad person. You know? Like, really, I was made for the Sahara. You understand? It actually got a little, wrinkly. I don't know if you can see, but I watered it like a couple of days ago. So impressed with this, man. I'll never forget who got it for me. I'll never forget Plantastica got it for me. I don't know why. I guess because it's in this mug or whatever. But that's been a long time survivor. This one, oh, I gotta put the tag back into it or I'm never gonna remember that shit. Let's go ahead and give it a little water. Good morning, Lily. I've got another 3 feet of runner if you missed that one up. You still haven't got it to put anything out? That's crazy. You loved the peen, Gonacalo. Stop it. You better cut it out or I'm gonna pull it out again. Give it a little water. I actually have a little, the longer I do this, the more I know what tools I'm gonna need. Got me a little water basin. So I can give him a little water. Ooh. Oh, I should have rinsed those lickaballs. Lickaballs. I should have rinsed those. Just some moisture, just to make it moist. We don't want to drown her. We just want to give her a little hydration. Yeah, that is a NSFW cactus. Okay, here is another Codex plant, and it was sent to me by Cody in 2021. And this one's called Phyllanthus mirabilis. That's the one that you were talking about, wasn't it? That's a ficus petio. I was getting confused. I was thinking that's what mine was, even though I read it already. Another Codex plant. Can you see the potato? I'm gonna no, I'm not gonna repot it, but I am gonna put some fresh leca on it. What sucks about this one is it's been in a pot with no holes for a long, since 2021. It's been in a pot with no holes. And the really, if you can see the little potato, I can't take it out because it's got these little baby fine hairs like out against the side of the pot, and it is in, like it's in there. Like I could turn this whole thing completely upside down and it's not going anywhere. So I hate the fact that it doesn't have a hole, but I think I'm just gonna have to live with it. I have tumped it over a couple times, so I'm gonna top it off with some fresh liquor. I'm just trying to get my little cactus shelf to where it really looks nice in here. There's been a lot of just half-ass done. I'm a quarter-ass type of girl, half-ass type of girl, so that's how shit's getting done. And this one, I have to like really be mindful because like I said, there is no bottom hole. So we're just gonna go bloop. That's all you get. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Can you see how beautiful those little leaves are? I don't think it's doing much justice. Hang on. See how pretty? That's such a gorgeous little plant. I still haven't painted my nails. Who's shocked? Raise your hand. Thought I was gonna do them pink yesterday, but I didn't. I still haven't committed to whether I'm gonna do the black or pink stuff yet. I got this in Texas in 2019 or 2018. I'm not 100% sure. Good morning, Lead Belly. I did not, Kristen. You know what was wrong with my freaking nail lamp? Like, I kept unplugging and replugging the very back of the lamp. It was the plug-in. Like, the actual piece that plugs in was just barely hanging on. It was rocking back and forth. So my nail lamp... Oh, are you okay? Oh my God, you scared me to death. Oh my God. Are you okay? I get you. Oh no. I rolled my little chair and then I think I got his little toe. Are you okay, babies? I didn't get him good. I think he's okay. You okay? You still in one spot? Oh, everybody get back with the chair. Hang on. Let me move it to where... Seriously, watch out, guys. Seriously, I don't want to play games and like someone gets hurt. Watch out. Scooch, scooch, scooch. Scooch, scooch, scooch. Let me move it up and then I'm not going to move it anymore. Scooch. Everybody get back. Scared me to death. Literally, that made me sweat. One time when I was like 28 or 26, I accidentally stepped on a kitten and I broke its leg. Y'all, that was one of the most horrifying experiences of my entire life. Obviously, took it to the vet. Obviously, got its little broken leg fixed. Obviously. But it was just a freak accident. I was standing in the kitchen, took a step back, and boom, I was on top of it. And the noises that that cat made, y'all, I'm like having flashbacks right now. Nothing happened. The dog is fine. But every time I step on, y'all ever have like those squeaky toys in your floor? And you accidentally step on a squeaky toy and you think you killed your dog? Oh my God. The trauma. Seriously, it is traumatic. It was traumatic. That little cat's name was Chewy. And I gave that cat to a friend of mine after its leg healed up or whatever. I just couldn't believe that I had done that to like an animal. My dogs constantly sit right behind my chair and get all freaked out when I move. Like, dude, yeah. Well, no one's used to me having a rolly chair out here. Like, they're all used to me just sitting in one of those like stationary kitchen chairs. So he's probably like hugged up on the back of my rolly chair. It freaks me out. Yeah, that cat, that was so sad when I did that to that cat. I can't even tell you like the noises that cat made when I did that. It was horrifying. These are a bunch of like, can you see little things fall off of it? This is a Euphorbia lactation. It's a Euphorbia. And it had these little leaves all over it, but it didn't get like watered appropriately, so I'm like picking all these leaves off. There's also a lot of dust and debris on there. Who goes there? Who goes there? Nobody. Yeah, my cat is black and I've stepped on him in the dark more times than my soul can handle. I got him his own chair and cat tree so he's not sleeping on the floor in the dark. I know. I know. Oh my God. I know. Oh my God. That reminds me. That chick from The Sopranos. Oh, pop glasses, fall, head bangs up, etc. I don't know what that means. The chick from The Sopranos. Adriana, was it Adriana? The one chick from The Sopranos has an OnlyFans now. It was the guy. Okay. Hang on just a second. Hang on just a second. Let me see who it was. Because I don't want to like, I mean, who cares? We're just friends talking or whatever. But she has an OnlyFans. OnlyFans account, and she was on some podcast the other day, and she was talking about, and I just saw a clip, I didn't watch the whole thing, I mean, obviously, but she had a Drea De Matteo, and she was like the wife of the young skinny one on The Sopranos, and she was talking about her OnlyFans or whatever, and she was talking about how her 15-year-old son helps her edit her photos for OnlyFans. And when she said it, she wasn't like, it was just in passing. She just said it in passing. It was like it was no big deal. She was like, yeah, when my son's helping me edit, he's like, Ma, blah, 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 you know, and I'm like, girl, I don't know what kind of fucked up shit you guys have been in your whole lives or whatever, but that took me out. That took me out when she said that. Oh my God. Sex work is one thing, you know, like I don't hate on sex work. Do your thing, boo-boo. Make your money. Be safe. Be kind, be safe. But you can't have your 15-year-old son doing stuff like that. You can't. That's child abuse. That's some sort of, that's like, something's wrong with that woman. She's got a demon in her or something. I don't know. What kind of a fucking sicko does something like that? It was out of her own mouth. She admitted it herself. She was just talking about it like it was no big deal. I don't know what. You said that from The Sopranos, and it made me think of that because I saw that like a couple days ago. I had to show Casey. He didn't even know. He was like, which guy on The Sopranos? I'm like, I don't know. I can't remember. We watched it so freaking long ago. Yeah. Yeah. Well, she didn't specifically say. Okay. Well, that may be true. Okay. Let's say they're PG. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt and say that they're PG. If there's still like any kind of sexuality in them whatsoever, your kid don't need to be fucking. Nah, you know. I guess if he's like a professional, I'm just saying. I heard OnlyFans and I heard 15-year-old son, and I was like, bitch, I don't even think so. Leave those kids alone. I stepped on a toad barefooted when I was really young. To this day, I can feel it. Oh my God, its bones breaking. Oh. Oh my God. Well, understandable, dude. Frog phobia ensued. Man, that is wild. I couldn't feel it when I stepped on the cat, but I didn't have to feel it because the way the cat behaved afterwards it was very clear that something was wrong. Very clear. I'm kind of lucky though because I've had pets like my whole life or whatever, but I feel like I have a really good relationship with like some of the vets around here. Obviously my vet that I take my whole gang of dogs to, we have a pretty close relationship because he sees me all the freaking time and he takes all my money. I remember one month I went down there and I had to be down there like 4 times, and I was like, I hope y'all know that I paid the rent down here this month, you know? So anyways, I'm really glad that I have such a good rapport with our vets, and our vets here in my town are just the shit. They're really, really good. Like I worked for a vet in Fort Smith long ago when I was very young, and every vet that worked at that vet clinic that I worked at was completely just dead behind the eyes. They didn't really, I mean, they care about animals, but ooh, I'm gonna put this vet on blast. Let me tell you this fucking crazy story. So there was this Rottweiler that came in. I'm probably 19 years old. I hadn't had kids yet. I was super, super young. Oh, my brain did feel it, yeah. Oh, Leah, that's terrible. That's terrible. All right. So I was at this vet clinic. I just watered it. I'm going to tell you this before I put it back up. I watered it. I picked up and there's still like cat hair and shit all over it. I'm not sure. It's not cat hair because I don't have any cats, but it looks like cat hair. It's like really fine. I don't think I'm gonna like ever. I'm not up potting this until I absolutely have to. Anyways, I'm not gonna tell you the name of the vet because I'm pretty sure he's still doing stuff. And I don't want no smoke, all right? But I'm gonna tell you what happened. there was this Rottweiler that came in, and the Rottweiler was not cool with other people, right? So the vet tech thing, I'm sure you've been to a vet. Well, the vet has to hold the dog like this. So here's the dog's head, and as the little vet tech thing, I'm not trained, right? I'm just working there. So they're teaching me, okay, this is how you hold the dog. His head's right here, right? And then you put your other hand like this, like up underneath their belly, and you kind of hold them steady for the vet, right? So there's this big Rottweiler, and he's up on the table, right? So I'm doing this. Then we got like another vet tech, and she's on the other side. She's on the other side, like doing the same thing, and we're trying to hold this dog still. I don't remember what the procedure was that this guy was trying to do or whatever, but the Rottweiler snapped at him. And the first thing that he did was punch the dog. He punched the dog. And obviously I quit the job. And I complained to all the places that I knew to complain to, I did complain to, and nothing happened, which is really sad. But that was like my first experience like working with actual veterinarians. And when it happened in an open area space. So there was other vets there. So that was a practice that had like 3 main veterinarians there. And the other 2 vets saw it happen and they didn't give a shit. And they didn't do anything about it. And I don't know. I guess like if you work with animals that are like aggressive or whatever for a long period of time, you get like, I don't know. All I know is that it was wrong. It was super wrong. And like, I'm just really glad that's why I have like a great appreciation for vets who are kind and sweet, and you can tell that they have a good disposition, and you can tell that your dogs like them and stuff, because there are bad vets out there. 100% bad vets. Like, that will absolutely, yeah, 100%. And I was so young, like, I didn't even know what to do. But I went home and told my boyfriend at the time, and he was completely appalled. And we were just like, we didn't know what to do. So I just called and reported it, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Nothing happened, because whenever someone is like a person in a town and they've been in a town for a really long time and the town is not very big, it's kind of about who you know more than it is about what did you do or what are you guilty of. That makes sense? That's the kind of town I live in. Yeah, man. It was pretty crazy. The one vet, though, there was like a group of vets that I worked for. And she left that practice probably like a month or 2 before that ever happened. And then I went and saw her at her own practice many, many, many years later, because I worked there like 20 years ago. Okay, so many, many, many years later, I ran into this lady who also worked there, and I talked to her about that experience. And she told me that's why she left the practice, was because they were up to no good fuck shit all the time over there. I want to tell you guys all the gossip that I heard over there, okay? Because it was 20 years ago and nobody even cares anymore. The main nurse lady at that vet, I heard was doing all the drugs from the cabinet. So they have like drugs. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but they have like drugs, like Valium and like sedative stuff and like morphine, like that, like big drugs. And so I heard that the lady who was like keeping the books, so like every time you go get a drug out of the cabinet, you gotta like write that shit down because they're keeping track of it. This was back before computer systems would track everything, y'all. We had notebooks and shit and fucking ballpoint pens, all right? And I heard that she got busted cooking the books about the meds, and then they kept her on. So they didn't fire her, and I heard that she was continuing to cook the books and do the drugs and all this stuff. I don't know if he was abusing the animals like full stop all the time, but I know I was there to experience one episode of what I call animal abuse. He punched the dog. He punched a dog that was clearly in distress. So yeah, he's a piece of shit loser, yeah. I can't believe we would have almost had another thing in common. Rockwell, gym, plants, veggies, and a vet job. Girl, I've done it all. I've literally done it all. You name it, I've done it. So they were really breaking yeah, they were really breaking the law. And then here's some word. Here's some other shit. So one time, and I thought this was so fucking weird. So one time, as a reward to all the employees, and this is a small vet, like 12, like 10, 12, you know, all shifts included people. So the guy, the same guy that was up to fuck shit, he had a massage therapist come up to, like, they had some offices in the back of the building or whatever, and he had a massage therapist come in and give us, like, a massage. Like, to be real with you, I appreciate the fact that I got the massage, but at the same time, like, I would have rather had money. You know, like, just give me a $50 bonus in my paycheck. Like, I don't need a fucking massage. You know what I mean? It was just so weird. And that's, like, the weirdest thing. Like, I've worked a ton of places since then, and I've never had that to be a part of the package. Like, a free massage or whatever. It was so weird. He was such a fucking weirdo. Lots of room for doggy doings at a vet for sure. Yes. Yeah, I know. I can't quit the vape. I know. I'm a terrible person. Can't quit the vape. It goes with my coffee so well. Coffee paired with vape. Just like cheese and wine, baby. There was so much tea to be had at that place. There was a chick who had red hair, and she was gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie. She was so pretty. But she got this, like, they treated her like she was that pretty. Like, that girl didn't have to do shit. Like, just be there, exist, work here. And they were just so happy with her. And then everyone else was, like, kind of a peon. It was so, that job was so traumatizing in so many ways, because that was the first time that I was exposed to a parvo clinic. I'm not trying to bring anybody down this morning, okay? I know it's early or whatever, but that's the first time I ever got experience with a parvo clinic. And I was the one who was responsible for going down there on the weekends, and, like, because the doctor would only come by for, like, a little bit, like on Saturday and Sunday, and there'd be puppies, like, in the clinic, like, all weekend long. So I'm just so tender-hearted. Like, it was really hard for me. That job was extremely hard for me. And then I had to figure out, like, how they test for rabies. Like, if you guys don't know all this stuff, like, don't look it up. Don't look it up. They pull out a damn saw. Yeah. And just like in a, good morning, Shayna. And just like in a hospital, how doctors and nurses naturally become desensitized to patients and things like that. Like, it's so natural. Like, I'm not mad at anybody for feeling that way or getting desensitized in the process. It's literally human nature, okay? But there was so much desensitization that was around me when all these horrific things were happening. It almost felt like I was in a movie, because they were so unaffected by so many things, and I was so affected. So I'll never forget the first cat. Oh my God, guys. Sorry. This is so traumatizing, but I remember the first time I ever put a cat down, and I remember the damn cat's name. The cat's name was Vega, okay? And we had to put him down, and I had to literally go into the bathroom for like an hour and a half trying to pull myself together, because I'm that fucking tenderhearted. But like I said, the natural desensitization over time was that by the time I did quit there, after that incident happened or whatever, I could be in a room where they were putting a pet down and I wouldn't cry at the end of my experience there. And it's not because I didn't feel pain or anything. It's just because if you do it that often, all the time, like, it takes you out. Like, it does something to you to where you can be in the room and you're not bawling crying, you know what I mean? So that, I loved that job because of all the things that I learned, but I hated it because the people that I was surrounded by were not the best. They weren't the best. Oh my gosh, dogs to adopt. Lord, girl. I'm drowning in dogs. I don't need any more. I don't want any more. I don't need any more. I got too damn many. I know I'm trauma dumping like a motherfucker. I can't help myself. It's that vet job was so whack, y'all. It really was. Yeah, it's very numbing feeling for sure. But all of it's returned. So as soon as I left that job, and you go like 6 months without experiencing stuff like that, I'm completely back to where I was before. So if I see a squirrel on the road that got hit, probably gonna cry. If I see an injured animal, like, or a dead end, I'm probably gonna cry. Like, it's all back to where it was. But there was a short period of time where I was like becoming dead inside a little bit because of that job, and it was wild. It was wild. I remember my first day wondering why all the bin bags lined up along the corridor were. It was all the pets. Oh my God. Yeah, so because I was the bottom of the, so that's why I think the job was so terrifying and also traumatizing, was because I was the bottom of the barrel person, right? So all the shitty jobs that nobody else wanted to do, I was going to do those jobs. So like, God, I don't even want to tell y'all. It was like so traumatizing. They would have freezers. They had freezers, and you had to put the dogs in the freezers. And it was so bad, y'all. And you think to yourself when you go work for a place like that, you're like, I'm gonna have a bright, sunshiny day. Like, you're really jazzed when you go and work for like a vet's office, because you're like, how could it get any better than this? I love animals, right? And then, bam, bam, bam. Uppercut, put this cat in the freezer. We gotta cut this cat's head off because it's got rabies. Dog just punched a Rottweiler, or, you know, I mean, it was just like constant. It's like, let this lady massage you for 30 minutes. Clean up his diarrhea. Oh, this dog, it was just like constant right hooks of traumatization from the moment I walked in. And I don't think I worked there any longer than like 8 months. And I was out, homie. I was out. I can't take it. I can't do it. You're a stronger woman than me for working there. Well done. I didn't work long, and I got the hell out. I had to unexpectedly put my dog down in April. Oh, Shayna. Oh no, I won't talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Never mind. All that's over. I just wanted to tell you my traumatizing vet job story. Next time we can talk about all of the traumatizing things that happened to me at the Waffle House. I just gave you all guys a little bitty tiny snippet of all the things that happened at the Wiffle Waffle. That was a fun place to work. Pre-cameras. I think I told you guys that before. It was before they had security cameras. What a time to be alive, y'all. What a time to be alive. I remember one quick story. So, as you, I'm sure, could probably guess, you know, people at the Waffle House, have y'all ever seen the movie Waiting? First of all, that's a good barometer for, like, if you understand. Have you worked at a restaurant, or have you seen the movie Waiting, or do you understand? No, Goncalo, we're not talking about that anymore. It is a true crime channel. So, we were out smoking some ganja, okay? And this is when I was, like, very young. Also, all this stuff's very young. We were out in my car, okay? And I'm like, I never do that shit out in my car because I don't want to give police officers a reason to pull me out of my car. So I just don't like to do that sort of stuff. So I got talked into it by the cook, okay? The cook and me, it's like 3 a.m., okay? There's not a soul on the road. The road's totally quiet. So he's like, come on. He don't have a car. Of course he doesn't have a car. He's like, come on, let's go out to your car and let's spark up. So I'm like, fine. So we go out there. I take my keys out there because I guess we're going to listen to music or whatever. We do our thing. We get out of the car. We go back in. And I'm like, something all of a sudden, I'm like, what's wrong? Like, something feels wrong. So I'm like, I went to go back out to my car to check. Bitch, we had just hot boxed the fuck out of my car. And then I had locked my keys in it. So, and I had no money. We're talking broke, Rachel, okay? Obviously, I was working at Waffle House. What are you thinking? Okay, I was so broke. I didn't have money to call. Like, I'm not making any money. It's third shift. The whole damn restaurant's empty. If I had tip money, I would have called Papa Lock, okay? I didn't have shit. So he's like, so the cook's like, why don't we just call the cops? Because the cops will let you into your car for free. Like, they'll pop your lock for free. And I'm like, is that so? So we called the cops. What an idiot. Just telling it is like cracking me up. I'm so dumb. Like, why would I ever think that I could do that? So, like 10 minutes later, cop pulls up. And it's not just any cop, it's the canine unit. So it's the cop with the dog. And he pulls up and he comes in the Waffle House and he's like, yeah, did one of you guys call? And I was like, yeah, it was me. It was me. My car is locked. Can you help me unlock it? So he goes out to the car with me and he pops the lock and he opens the door and that's the first thing he smells. It is strong, okay? Like there was no way in hell I'm getting away from this, okay? And he literally goes like this. Because the smell is so bad. And he goes, is this your car? And I said, yeah. And he goes, you're really lucky that I'm busy tonight. And he got in the car and slammed the door and left. And I thought, bitch. Oh my God. Why on earth? Why would I call the cops when my whole car was filled with weed smoke? Why did he let me go? I'll never know. Like he should have told me. I don't know if he would have had probable cause. Which I'm sure the weed smoke was probable cause, but I don't know. Like, I probably should have gone to jail that night, but didn't. Didn't go to jail that night. But that was just how dumb I was. Like, I was just like, the cook was like, why don't you call the cops? And I was like, fucking, I'll call the cops. And just call the cops to unlock my car filled with weed smoke. Like, what a moron. Like, I couldn't have been any dumber. It's pretty funny. I told y'all last time about how I set my bangs on fire. When I was in that car and I looked over at a friend of mine and they had to put my bangs out because my bangs were on fire. And I don't know why this made me think of it. The other day when boys were talking about getting suspended. So have y'all ever been suspended from school? I have. One time this boy, God, I wish I could remember his name. He got suspended. We were, like, this was back when I was still riding the bus or whatever. I don't know what made me think of this. I think it was because the boys were, like, showing me their chest or something this morning. But I was sitting in the very back of the bus. I want to say his last name was Pennington or something like that. But he ran up to me, and I was looking at him out the back window of the bus. This was high school. This was high school. And he ran up to the bus window, and he pulled his shirt up, and he pressed his nipples up against the back of the bus. And I guess, like, the bus driver saw it or whatever, he got suspended for sexual harassment. Can you believe that? Every time I see that scene on Ace Ventura Pet Detective where he does that and sticks his nipples up on the glass, I think of that kid every single time. Every time. I wanted to go to the high school reunion. We had our 20-year... We had our 20-year high school reunion, like, last October, I think. I didn't go. I've never been to any of the reunions. Like, why do I want to go? I want to go because I want to see how busted everybody looks. But I don't want to go and then have everybody, like, look way better than me either. You know what I mean? Like, it would be fun if, like, everybody looked like a piece of shit and I looked better than everybody. Then it'd be really fun. But I didn't have a ton of friends in high school. Like, I had a very small, tight-knit group of people that I hung out with. Like, why the fuck would I go back to high school? Good morning, Emily. I know, Harmony. I already got into weird, traumatic trauma dump stories this morning. I don't know how I got there either. I don't know how I got there. Well, Casey wanted to go to his reunion, and which made more sense to me because his school was tiny. I went to a high school that was huge. Like, there were so many people in my graduating class. Like, I live in a small town, but it's not so small where everybody knows everybody in high school. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like that. 555, like, I wonder how many I graduated with. I don't even know. It's so fun. If they have another one, I'm considering going because I'm just so damned curious. So there's a guy, I don't know if I should say this. Let me think about it. There's this guy that I used to go to. I can say it, it's fine. I'm not talking trash or anything. So there's this guy that I used to go to school with, and he was very well off. I can say that also because it's true. He was very well off, and he was very short. He's a handsome young man, but he was very short and very well off. Those are the two things I remember the most about him. And I will, Emily. He was a short king, but he was well off. I fucking had dinner with him last year at an event for Casey's work. And what we called him back in high school was Little Tommy Hadley. I don't know, but when obviously he wasn't little anymore. He had put on a couple inches, good for him. But it was so wild because I want to say he was a year under me or whatever, but yeah, seeing people that you went to school with who were in their most awkward juvenile form, you know, seeing them all grow, like when I had dinner with him, like I'm talking about, we were at the same table and we were talking, and I was like, are you Little Tommy Hadley? He was like, well, I'm not so little anymore. And I was like, yeah, well, you know, your nickname in high school. He was like, absolutely. I think he went to the reunion, but I didn't. I was scared. No, I'm not going. Thank you, Emily. Check out the roots. This is kind of what it's done. It kind of looks like if you, well, you can see my brown, like dark, really brown roots kind of starting to grow in now, but the other stuff, it kind of looks like a strawberry blonde, I would say, is what it came out to. It'd be like if you used bleach, but if you only left it on for like 10 minutes. But I don't know, Emily, I don't know. I've asked this question on multiple streams because I still don't know. Is using a high lift blonde on your roots just as damaging as bleaching? And do you think that I'm going to be getting the same amount of breakage and bullshit from that as I would doing bleach? Which, because I know it's not as bad, but if it's in the same neighborhood, then what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? You know? I don't know. I straightened it yesterday, and then I don't know if you guys can see this big O. You can't even see it now, but there's a literal ring right here on my head. I bought a bonnet because my hair is breaking. So I bought a bonnet and I tied the part of the bonnet like really tight on my head because every night I've worn it this week, it has fallen off. I wake up and my bonnet's like underneath me or whatever. So I tied it really tight and it left this huge indentation in my forehead. It's on, it stayed on, but like, damn. You can still see it. It looks like a pink half moon right here from where my bonnet was on. Casey loves my bonnet, by the way. I also ordered one of those, the chin straps that you wear when you sleep. It's because I told you guys, my lower face is really bothering me lately. And I sleep like this. And then when I wake up, this whole line down my face just stays, it stays on my face just for the majority of the day. So I'm hoping that this chin strap, I'm gonna put it on and then we'll put my bonnet on and then we're gonna cross our fingers and hope for the damn best. That's what we're gonna do. I didn't order a pillow that keeps me from smushing my face because I don't think it'll work. I'm very defiant in my sleep. I just do whatever the hell I want to do. You know? I sleep however the hell I want to sleep. So my face is just gonna get mushed. What are you chewing on? What you eating? What do you got? What the hell? Where did that come from? What is this? Where's the rest of it? Oh, bad dogs. I hope that bottle is empty. Otherwise, there's a lot of lotion somewhere in my house right now. You want to see another, like, decrepit Logie plant? Probably made this in the same damn order, y'all. Epiphyllum. Unforgettable. I'm guessing this is from 2019. 2021. Holy shit, it's got the date on it? That's wild. That's cool that they do that. 3/3/2021. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't she lovely? I like the dangly part the most. Okay. First of all, I've propagated the shit out of it, so don't fully come at me. Second of all, I don't take care of it hardly worth a shit. So, you too can keep an epiphyllum alive if you just don't water it or pay any attention. It's floppy because it needs water. Let me just go ahead and take care of that real quick. Un momento, por favor. The good thing is that the dogs finally, after they chewed some shit up and tore up a lotion bottle, they're chilling out and everybody's starting to lay down around the bottom of my chair now. So I shouldn't lose any more sleep over what the frick they're tearing up in the hallway. Oop, I don't got my drainage tray, hang on. Watch out. I get it when you lay down, but I don't get it when you just stand there. The most beautiful part of it is that little bitty tiny bit of new growth right there. Isn't she pretty? It bloomed for me once. I know it doesn't look like it, but I swear it did. And it was so beautiful. I wonder if this has a date on it. Who's in my chair? You about got busted again. I about killed you a second time with my rotund backside, sir. I don't know where I got this from. It kind of looks like a low G's, but it ain't a low G's. Oh. Damn, I didn't know these have dates on them. I don't know where I got this. It says Better Grow, but I've never ordered from a place called Better Grow. I don't know, but it has a date on it. It says Rick. No. I think it's called Pastoral Innocente, like innocent pastor? That's just me guessing. I don't know. And it has a date on it, and it says 12/07/21. Way over here on the side. And I have no idea where I got this. It's an orchid, obviously, and I have a hard time like telling the different ones apart. It's the kind that it's not a phalaenopsis, and it's not an oncidium. It's the other kind. I can't remember which one. It's something. I love epiphytes, jungle cactus. I love jungle cactus too. It's not like a very popular like plant. Excuse me. But I love them. I love their blooms. I love the ones that only bloom like in the middle of the night for like 30 minutes or whatever. That is just the coolest shit. The moth pollinated ones, so they only like bloom for like a little bit in the middle of the night. I wish I could remember. RLC. It even says like what the flower. It says it's a large white flower with a yellow lip. That is a really nice tag. That's really nice. This I've never seen flower, and it's also been a tiny baby like this since 2021. Sorry, Catlia. Thank you. Where's my Sharpie? That'll do. Catlia. Thank you, ma'am. Well, I'm not gonna lie, like I've done quite a bit of work, like I'm pretty shocked. I watered the epiphyllum. I repotted this cute little dude. I defunkified the whatchamacallit, the big long tall cactus that I can't remember. I knew the name of when I said it, but I don't know the name of it now. And then I've got this weird ass. Oh, this is a dry bitch right here. Oh, look at this. So dry. This is from, I don't even know if she does content anymore. That makes me so curious. Does anyone know if Planting the World Red, does anybody know if she does content anymore on YouTube? It's a completely washed out tag. It says Planting the World Red 2019. Before the panty. It's this Hoya carrii. It's very dry. Oops. It's a very dry leaf coming out there. No drainage hole, which is probably the only thing that kept this thing alive. Oh, boy. Watch your head. I can't believe that it's still alive. I'm going to be honest with you. I have to be careful with how much I water this one, too. Because there's no drainage hole. But I don't want to lose it. I'm about to look her up and see if she still does content. That's how old that shit is. The sun has completely washed out that tag. I love it when I make a tag because I love when I can look back and see what I've done. But I hate it when my goofy ass does not make a tag. I don't think it's going to make it, kids. I was trying to resuscitate it. It's my Pilea. It's my Pilea peperomoides. That's the last leaf right there that you're looking at. This is a super cute. And please don't be mad at me if you sent this to me. Like, I didn't label it and I'm so sorry. But this was made, it's a like a stained glass little thing that you put in your planters here. Like that. And it is so beautiful. And I've admired it for so long. I'm so sorry. I forgot who sent it to me. My bad. I'm a piece of shit. I think we've covered that. It's got like 2 or 3 little tiny leaves down on the bottom and one that's like falling off. I'm gonna go ahead and water it again because I can see green, so maybe it'll make it. I can see the green. It's a long shot though, I'm not gonna lie. The RLC means what? Holy shit. Ren Collet. Oh no, let me try it again. Ren Colaleo Cattleya. Oh my god. Meaning it has Ren. Jeez. Ren. I don't know. My brain's not. Can you, hey, I want to scoot up. I want to scooch up. Beep beep. What's your butt? Get black tags and white. Postcard marker. Oh, for that stuff to quit doing that? That's a really good idea. I want to keep trying to say that stupid shit. Ren Cola Elio. Ren Cola Elio? Ren Cola Elio? I'm probably way off. Watering the dying Pilea peperomoides. This is a friendship plant also, so if it dies, like, I know that like during the plant trades or something that I do, I forget to talk about it, but I should have said at the very beginning of the stream, we're having a plant trade. I'm going to select, I think I'm going to select 13 people from the Dirty Plant Hoe by random. Like, first I'm going to see who shows up to the plant trade. And then if there's a lot of people that show up, we're going to do a random selection of like 13 people to do plant trade with. And like no exotic plants required. It's just a fun thing to do. It's 13 because I can only afford to ship out so many plants over one weekend. But if you get a plant trade with me the month before, I'm going to try to have all new people the next month so that everybody like eventually gets a chance to do it if they want to do it. And that is for the top tier of my memberships. No big deal. I have a lower tier also. It's just like for general support or whatever, and I do members shout outs at the end of videos. Haven't done any videos, and I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna handle that with like members shout outs. But I can look at my dashboard because I wanted to say thank you to some people who have become members. Jacinda Minor just joined like yesterday, I think, or the day before. And then we got Valerie, who joined 5 days ago, Miss Liz, who joined 6 days ago, and Emily, who also joined 6 days ago. So all in the official Dirty Plant Hoe group. Thank you guys so much for joining and becoming members. I think I'm gonna do a plant trade stream 2 times on the 31st. One in the morning hours and one in the evening hours. In the morning hours, if I've done all of them and a lot of people show up, I'm gonna try to do at least one in the evening hours because I want everybody on every coast to like have a chance or whatever. It's not even gonna be that big of a deal, but it's gonna be my first like attempt, you know? So it'll probably be really horrific and there's gonna be a lot of me making mistakes. So don't miss that. That'll be fun. That's almost everything over here on my little cactus corner. There's this little dude. Wow, did I put a date on this guy? No. But damn, this was probably like my first plant tour I ever did. Long ago. It's called a Kalanchoe Melodii. They all look like just very sad. But they're not, like, they're fine. They're succulents. They're fine. They're fine. Louie, Amy's fine. Yeah, I ordered these. These little pots was like one of the first pots I ever ordered off of Amazon. They were just these tiny little cactus pots or whatever. Do you remember that plant? Rancolala. Lala. What? Rancolala. Thank you. Thank you for giving it to me like I could say it out loud. Yeah, I used to say that this plant reminded me of Mario. Like, wow, this shit's has been around forever. Probably a 2019, 2018 plant. When they're being mistreated, or when they're looking, not mistreated necessarily, because I don't want to say that, but not because I didn't do it, but because I don't want you to think that about your plant if it's doing it. They put out these little roots as runners whenever I think they're looking for like more water or whatever. And you can see up here at the top, these are ones that it put out and it just hasn't dried up yet. So we're gonna put it out of its little misery, not like that. I'm gonna give it a drink of water, essentially is what I'm gonna do. Can't wait for the trades. Yeah, man. So I think I've already got like enough. I'm trying to count. I've got like 4 or 5 anthurium babies. It's gonna be like the bulk of like something interesting that I have. Got some silver clouds, some silver stripes, some baby bunny bellies. Just like, because my collection's like not very vast and like awesome like it used to be, there's not going to be a ton of like really rare stuff, but the whole point is just like to trade with friends. That's the whole point. That's the whole bit. I'm not looking for anything rare, obviously. Yay! That's the end of a 6-month dry spell for that guy. I wish that was a joke. It's probably not. And then if you remembered that dude, then you remember this dude. It is the African zipper cactus. I remember when I came back on after like all my plants had died. Not all. The majority of my plants had died. That's why I was telling everybody, I'm a cactus mom, I'm a Hoya mom, I'm an orchid mom. And the reason why I was saying that stuff was because that was like the only shit that survived. When are you going to eat smush? Have you decided how we will contact each other after for addresses, Insta, email? I have not, like for me and you guys, like for our trades, I'm setting up, re-establishing my post office box. It's really for, like, so I don't hand out my address to just everybody, but at the same time, I think my address is kind of visible, like when I mail you out stuff, so I don't know. I'm just trying to do my best to like try and stay safe, quote unquote, somewhat. So I'm going to be getting a P.O. box to give you guys my P.O. box. Like for each of you to like, if you do a plant trade with like someone else in the group, y'all are just going to have to play the trust game. You know what I mean? And exchange some either emails or, you know, with your address on it or whatever. It's kind of scary, but most people in like the plant community, they're wanting to do plant trades and stuff like that. Like there's a much lower case of psychopathy, I would say. That's not an actual study. I'm just saying it like I figure the psychopathy is probably less in the plant community. So I don't know if you can see it. You probably won't be able to see it because I'm wanting to show you. But the colors on this cactus alternate up the side of it like a zipper. All the way up. And when I got this cactus, it was this tall. So right here to my nail, and it's grown a lot. Well, for being neglected. And it's got little tiny babies popping off the side. Who is that? Oh my gosh. Some shirtless man on a moped going past my window. The little, the babies look like little pieces of dragon fruit popping off the side. I think it's so cute. I almost put it back without watering it. Take it easy. That's something really weird. Oh, well, I hope this isn't just fucking rotted. I completely forgot I sat this in here. Damn. Well, that's what happens when you put your cutting in water and you don't. I put it too deep in the fish tank water. I completely forgot. So it doesn't feel squishy. It feels hard. So I don't think it's going to kill it, but what an idiot. I stuck it in there because I was in a hurry. Ah, now what? I have to stick it back in because I can't go get a freaking vase right now. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh, we can't have nice things. That right there is why we cannot have nice things. Yeah, no psychos, please. Yeah. For everybody, we'd all prefer no psychos, please. And no mailing cat shit or dog poop or anything like that. Not cool, bro. Not cool. I've never had, which this doesn't prove anything, but I've never had a bad experience doing plant trades. And I've plant traded with a lot of people. I've never had a bad experience. I've had a bad experience ordering plants, but it's not because they took my address or like stalked me or anything like that. No, nothing weird or funky. I did have a chick that got a little too attached to me, another YouTuber, and she wigged the fuck out. But that was not the same thing, was it? That's what happens, because sometimes you make friends online and shit just goes south, you know? Remember back when I was like, oh, that fucking taught me really fast. YouTuber, you want some more tea? You want to just talk morning? I've already watered the majority of these crusty, dusty ass cacti. Here's the tea. I was trying to be friends with this chick. If you are listening, if you're a lurker, because I know not everybody who's in here is commenting or talks to me openly. If you're a lurker and you remember this, you'll enjoy this. Long ago, many, many moons ago, children, when I first had started my YouTube channel, I was involved in the plant community, okay? I was talking with people. I was doing things. Good morning, Simply Sophie. I was networking, okay? There was a lot of things that happened, like, you know, tags. You remember back in the day, you do a plant tag or whatever, and you would do it, and then you would be like, I tag Harley G to do the same challenge. I'm just saying her because I can't think of anybody else. So I did a couple plant tags things, like I was trying to do it with these people, and this chick, I kind of gotten to know her or whatever. You know, we would DM back and forth. I'm a very private person. Anybody that's known me for any length of time knows that it's hard to kind of get close to me. It just is. I'm just one of those people. It's just hard to get close to me. I have to be like friendly with you for probably a couple of years, if not more, before I can like open up further to go further down that road with you. Because I've had a lot of really super shitty friendship experiences, okay? Women, I have a hard time being friends with women, and I've had a lot of very horrific women experiences. So this chick somehow gets me to where like I feel comfortable around her, right? So we're like, we even get to sit, like, totally, Sophie. I'm old too. I'm an older lady, you know. I'm not like a 20-year-old anymore. Like I have, you know, and not like saying anybody wants to be my friend that bad. It's like not that big of a deal. I'm just saying it's hard for me to be open with women for whatever reason. Probably because my first bully was a woman and my mom. Anyways, trauma dump. So she gets like all up in my shit, and we're getting like closer or whatever, and I think she's pretty cool. She seems like a cool chick, cool lady, okay? So I'm like, I'm gonna let my guard down a little bit, and I'm gonna be friends with her. So, yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna be 40, and it's just like, I don't know, there's just something about that age group where it's just really, really hard. Because, and the reason is because people are fucking psycho. That's why. So we would FaceTime a couple of times, right? So we were FaceTiming. Like, I thought this chick was pretty cool. We were talking, chatting, or whatever. Like, it was pretty fun. We started to get pretty regular, where we were talking to each other on FaceTime pretty regular, you know? This was back when I used to smoke cigarettes. So I'd go back out on the back porch, I'd smoke a cigarette, you know, and she'd be doing her thing, and we'd be FaceTiming and talking or whatever. No big deal. Kind of nice, right? Making a little girlfriend, kind of nice. So one time, she FaceTimes me, and she's crying. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, right? Well, apparently, her and her boyfriend are going after it. And I'm like, all right. Like, I'm cool with, like, being your friend and stuff. And, like, if you're having, like, an emotional day, like, I don't mind talking to you or, like, helping you get through it or whatever. Because the things I say come off kind of harsh. But I'm beginning to understand that, like, I'm just kind of a bitch. Okay, like, that's just the way it is. Like, I think I'm kind of a bitch and, like, with, like, a side of cunty. And that's just my personality. And I'm so sorry. Like, I don't want to be that way. But I guess I am. So she calls me and she's crying. And her boyfriend are going after it. Actively. On FaceTime. So I hadn't seen any signs of crazy all up until this, right? Totally normal, totally normal, totally normal, totally normal. And then she FaceTimes me, and her boyfriend are fighting on FaceTime. It was one of those days where I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what's going on while she's on FaceTime or whatever, and she wouldn't say anything, really. She's just crying. And I'm like, what's going on, dude? Like, what's going on? Do I need to call the cops? Like, what is going on? Like, are you being held? You know, what's going on? And I hear, bang, 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 where her boyfriend is like banging, like apparently she's in the bathroom or whatever. They're just really crazy, like toxic people to one another is what turns out to be. Like and then when he's banging on this, I'm on FaceTime, just innocent as fuck, right? I just like poured a cup of coffee. I'm living in my own land over here where everything's just chill and normal. And she FaceTimes me, and out of nowhere, it's like he's banging on her door and she's screaming, "Get the fuck away from me, you motherfucker!" And I'm like, what is happening? Oh my God. I stayed on the FaceTime or whatever for long enough, you know, trying to make sure nothing was going to happen or that no one was going to get injured. But I knew as soon as that girl called me like that, I was like, this is the end of that. Like, whatever brand of crazy shit you got going on over there with your boyfriend, I'm sorry about it. I'm terribly sorry about it. I'm praying for y'all to get through it. I hope everything goes well. I don't want nothing to do with that shit. Period. End of story. I don't want nothing to do with that shit. I don't have time for it. I'm so sorry that you're going through that, but it sounds like you need like a 20-year-old girlfriend to like hold your hand through that, because I am not that bitch. I am not that bitch. It was terrible. So here's where shit gets really hairy. So after the fact, I decide this is not the girl for me. This is not the relationship for me. Like, I'm not interested in this. So I'm gently starting to like tell her I'm not interested anymore, slowly but surely. She asked me if I want to go to some crazy trip to go see some motivational speaker or whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't want to go. Pissed her off big time. Like, would I have ever gone to something like that with somebody anyways? Hell no. So she was already like jumping friendship steps or whatever. This was after that. And then eventually I just kind of ghosted her because she wasn't getting the message. Okay, like I was telling her that made me uncomfortable, that I didn't really feel like that. You know, she's also another YouTuber. So like I'm trying to avoid the eventual fallout of like another YouTuber like being pissed off at me and making some crazy ass video, you know, like Rachel, you know, insane question mark. Rachel, I don't fucking know. So this chick, and if you're lurking, hey, come here. Cut that out. Come here. You're making all kinds of racket. Come here. Come here, baby. Baby, come here. So she like, and I'm not joking, y'all. So she didn't take it well, right? She didn't like the fact that I was like, no, I don't want to talk to you anymore. So she creates a chat with everybody I ever thought about doing. Okay? Everybody that I ever did YouTube stuff with, basically any plant tuber that you can think of, she created a chat and put all these people in the chat and then proceeded to tell the entire chat like why I was a piece of shit because I wouldn't talk to her anymore. No, you're not bad for laughing. This shit is wacko. It's crazy and totally wacko. Like, I don't know how, and like I said, I don't make friends very easy. And it was like the one person that I chose to let in to do some FaceTime with or to like have a little bit of connection with turned out to be completely off their rocker. And I guess like maybe I just have not a good radar for like insanity. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm mortified. Okay, she makes this thing and I'm like thinking like these people are gonna think that I've really done this girl wrong, or like I don't, like she was putting all the truth in there about what had happened, like I didn't respond to her or whatever, but she was making up extra shit too to make the story like, you know, palpable, I guess, for everybody in the chat. And then like 2 people popped up. I wish I could tell you who these people were, but I can't. 2 people popped up and they were like, I don't know why you put me in this chat, but if Rachel doesn't want to talk to you anymore, Rachel doesn't have to talk to you anymore. And then she went on this other big, long-ass paragraph, like tirade and shit. And then, like, everybody just left the group. I blocked her. They blocked her. It was wild. It was this wild-ass thing. And then it was, like, no more content anymore from this chick. Just gone. Just like nothing ever happened. I don't know if she started a new YouTube channel under a different name. I don't know if like she was wanting to be romantically involved with me and that's like why she lost her shit so much. Like, I don't understand like what happened, but that was the last time that I tried to do something like that because she was just wacko. And then the other like person that I was quasi close with or whatever was Cody, and like he's also disappeared. Like, I don't have no idea where he went. I don't know. I hope he's doing okay. You know what I mean? So, because he's the other person. He didn't go crazy or anything like that. He just kind of, you know, did what I normally do, which is kind of like every now and again, I'll just retract into myself and there's just nothing I can do about it. You know, for those 9 months that I was gone, that's a lot of what it was. Part of it was I fell down the stairs and busted my ass irrevocably. And the other part was I just kind of retract into myself, and it's like I have a hard time just communicating or talking to people after that. And I'm pretty sure that's where Cody is right now. I think he's retracted. So I can't even remember her name. I remember the name of her channel, but I can't remember her name. But yeah, that was some wild ass shit. Oh man, but that was all back in the early days. Like, I don't have any fun, like, juicy drama now that happens anymore because I keep to my damn self. You know, like, I keep to myself. I have a plant tuber that I communicate with on occasion, and then like, here's some girls that are totally fun and cool, sassy and succulent, awesome person, awesome channel, great girl. I've been knowing her for like 5 years or whatever, not crazy at all. And don't you do this. Planting with Peanuts. Peanuts Planting? Oh, I can't remember her name. And she may have changed it because it's probably different now. Peanuts Plants? I don't know. But they're two girls that I've actually had friendly discourse with for a long period of time, and neither one of them went crazy or anything like that. So, and I thought about coming and visiting her, one of those girls, because they live in Florida or something like that. Man, it's been so long since I've talked to them, like a long ass time. Yeah, Leah, I wish I could tell you like all of it from like the very beginning, but it's just too damn revealing. I know I'm talking about the tea and I'm not bringing receipts, so I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. But it's been a while. You think so? Keep in mind, the wall behind it is this blue color, so it kind of translates. I think it's a lot clearer than what it looks. But we are gonna change it because I got this. A secondary bag of black gravel. And we're gonna rinse it and everything, but it doesn't matter. It's like every time I put gravel in there, it makes the water kind of cloudy and stuff. Yeah, we change it quite often. Well, because I use all the water on my plants, and then he has to come back in here and refill it. I think I better give this crunchy thing some water instead of literally teasing it for 45 minutes. I'll tell you what, I'm shocked that the AC man hasn't texted yet. Oh shit, I thought I had holes in the bottom. I thought I was about to soak my crotch. Because and then poured the water out and into a cup that had holes in the bottom. Guys, I don't want to use a paper towel. I don't have money to buy enough paper towels. Can't believe I did that. I can believe I did that. I take it back. What's everybody's week looking like? Is it a good short week that you have coming up with work? Or is it a shitty, horrible, torturous week you have coming up? Is it an easy week? Is it a hard week? Oh God. It still has some of it. This is what it should be in anyways. This thing ain't got no drainage holes. Okay. Try that again. Should be an easy week for us. Surgery tomorrow. What are you having surgery on, if you don't mind me asking? So to all those hoes, what kind of stuff might we want for trade? Yeah, y'all go ahead and talk about it. And I think Andrew, who is an amazing dirty plant hoe, he is my MVP DPH, has made a Discord, and I told you guys about that. And he's got it to where it'll automatically post like if I go live. It looks awesome. It looks really good. So I don't know when he's going to make that live, but oh, thank you, BC. But in the Discord, there's going to be, I don't know the terms. Channel, portion, group, room. I don't know what it's called, but it's a room or whatever for just plant trades. There's also, he made a room for like bragging on your plants. He made a room for like general discussion. Like it's going to be the shit. And when we do make that live, you'll be able to go in and just take a picture or whatever, post a plant you're looking to trade, and then we can communicate like that in there. And I'm so excited that it's not Facebook. Like, I could die. I'm so happy it's not Facebook. I hate dealing on Facebook. Basically, Facebook is a way for every loser. If you like Facebook, this is not me talking about you, okay? For me, Facebook is a way for every person that I ever disliked when I was growing up to somehow get a hold of me. That's all that is. It's like some sort of pipeline for the weird, don't want to ever talk to you again, like relatives that haven't talked to me in years and years, you know, like wanting to, hey, no, I ain't seen you, and I'm not interested. It is not, Like, look, no, I don't want it. I don't want, if you haven't seen me in 20 years, we're going to keep it that way. I don't need you popping up because you fucking felt some sort of way one morning to send me a message. I don't need it. I don't want it. No, thank you. Get it out of my face. That's all Facebook is to me. I don't have people I keep up on there, right? Like, if I had a bunch of, like, extra, like, I do have family on Facebook, I'm not going to lie. And I do miss out on some shit. But I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset about it. I don't care. I don't care what y'all are doing on Facebook. I don't give a shit. Hang on. What are you going for? Just got back from a vacation in Chicago. Oh my gosh, I heard Chicago is like, people are scared of it or whatever reason. I had a friend of mine, or a friend of the family go, and she said it was gorgeous. 2 weeks left until school starts, and I go back to working mornings while kiddos in school. Boo! Unless you like it. And then it's fine. It's a cold cone procedure to remove precancerous cells in my cervix. Sorry, it's TMI, but get your paps, ladies. It's not TMI, and it's a great thing to bring up because if anybody, I've had the same exact procedure, and I had straight up the full-on C word in there, and a conal procedure will take that out. It's something, it's like, you have to go get your paps, ladies. If you're in here and you're listening, you have to go get your paps because the paps will let you know if there's a problem. And a lot of times the problem is fixable. So if you go in and you're like me and you had a bad result and then it comes back and the doctor calls you and then you have to black out because the doctor's saying words to you that don't make sense and shit. And then you have to go get surgery done. A lot of those times, hysterectomies are avoidable. So if you are 30 or older and you're not getting your pap smear every year, you get your pap smear. It can be life-saving for women. Get your pap smears. You got it. No, for real. It's they put you under. I'm almost 100% they put you under for that. They put me under. I don't want to say they put you under and them not do it to you because that would be absolutely horrifying. But I'm pretty sure they put you under, so I think that it's all going to be okay. And I had ice cream when I woke. I had ice cream when I woke up because I was feeling some type of way. And also, I was very uncomfortable. Like, the procedure left it very uncomfortable for me for up to, like, I would say 14 days. It took me a long time to recover from that very simple procedure. So, you got this. No worries. You're going to do great. Good girl for going and getting taken care of. Good woman. Good for you, Lily. Good job. Just got my pap in June. To get a polyp removed. I'm pretty nervous. Yeah, Lily, it's nerve-wracking as shit. Like, it is nerve-wracking. But you gotta do it. You gotta do it. I have to schedule my mammogram. I haven't scheduled it yet. They say you gotta get your first one when you're 40. And the doctor gave me the number, and I have it up on my refrigerator, but I don't know. It's just like the same with the other thing. I have doctor anxiety, so I don't want to call and make the appointment. But I will. It's just, I'm just putting it off for now. I haven't turned 40 yet. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I got some ass cream afterwards. They do PAPs. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I thought it was yearly, but I knew that I hadn't had one for... I hadn't had a pap, and when I went and found out that I had problems, I hadn't had a pap smear in 10 years. Now, I had a general practitioner, and I would go to the doctor regularly and be seen for things like that, but I just never took care of my gynecological needs, as in going and getting a checkup. Now, I'm not sure if you need it every year. The doctor told me once I got the all clear, I had to get my procedure done, and then I had to go back a year after, and he had to kind of look up in there and make sure everything was okay. And then after that year, he said it's 2 years. So it could be every 2 years? I'm not 100% sure. There you go, Lily. It's every 5 years unless you've had things come up. So for me, it's 2, and then maybe at the 2, they'll put me at 5. But yeah, just put it out of my mind and took care of everyone else. Hell yeah, that's what I was doing too. And plus, a lot of times with us as women, we're taking care of everybody else. That's not a surprise. It's not like newsflash or anything. But we're taking care of everybody else, and we're just not taking care of ourselves, and it's just unacceptable. I'm going to be real with you. It's unacceptable. And I'm really glad that you're taking care of it now, because you are the rarest, most expensive, most beautiful plant in your entire collection. And if you're not taking care of the best plant in your collection, then what are you doing? You know? I had to start mammograms in my 30s because of history, and now I'm 50. They are okay, not as scary as people make them out. Yeah, they, the lady that was talking to me about mammograms and stuff like that, because I didn't know anything about it, and she was just kind of explaining. I've seen some stuff, obviously, on social media or whatever where they're doing the procedure, but I have implants, so they have to do something different because you have implants. It's not the same regular titty smush. It's like a special titty smush that they have to do. So I don't know. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there and you're not getting all of your stuff taken care of, get your stuff taken care of. Even Casey went and got, because his big thing that he always has anxiety and shit about is his heart. Because he went for so long with being overweight and eating horrific food. He never smoked, he never drank, he never did any of that stuff. But when he was overweight, he would have really bad anxiety, and he would just kind of lay awake at night and just be worried that he was going to have a heart attack, which is sick and horrible, like feeling and emotion to have. So he would like confess to me that he would be having those thoughts, and I told him, I was like, you need to go get some scans done so that you can have some peace of mind. Or if something's wrong, then you can do something about it and get a stent put in or something like that. So he went and had to take care of himself, besides his general eating better, doing well, getting rid of his diabetes. He also went and got a calcium, coronary, calcium coronary artery scan. I'm not 100% sure. There's a lot of those words involved. And it will score the amount of like plaque and buildup. I don't know how great it is, but it's pretty good from what I heard. But it tests like your score or whatever for your buildup and plaque, and he had a great score. So it actually really helped to relieve some health anxiety that he had, that he was tripping about. And it's just good. It's like, go get yourself checked out, you know? Why not? Screw it. You are precious plants. Yeah, yeah, Emily, you are overworked and underpaid. Lead belly, because we all feel like we're invincible when we're young, don't we? We all feel like none of that shit's gonna happen to us. We're gonna be fine. Nothing's gonna happen to us. But boy, did that shit slap me so hard in the face, because when I tell you guys that I had the big C, it was so shocking because I didn't have symptoms. Like, there was nothing. Like, typically if you're having issues down there, there's some sort of sign, I would say. Bleeding at times you're not supposed to, pain during intercourse, unusual things just happening or coming out or whatever. Like you talk about, my stuff was like on time. My stuff is like a train station, you know what I'm saying? Like on time, every time, all the time. I had no pain. I had no symptoms. I had nothing unusual, nothing. And the only reason that I had scheduled like all these medical things was because I was feeling myself. I had lost like 50 pounds. I was like, I'm the best. Everything's great. And so I was like, this is it, bitch. I'm going to take care of myself now. Now I've lost the weight. I feel better about myself. Now I'm going to go to the doctor, and boom. Right hook. Right after I went to like my first pap smear. I couldn't believe it. Like the doctor called me. I remember being out in the driveway taking the call, and as soon as he said that what was wrong with me, like my ears couldn't understand English anymore. Like after he said the first sentence and told me like what was wrong and like what the plan was to deal with it in the future. Like he said that sentence, and then after that it was like wah 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 wah. I couldn't understand English. Like it was so wild, because the last thing that I expected after being so healthy and so strong and being able to squat 130 pounds and deadlift and do all this stuff, like I felt like the strongest I'd ever been, and boy, that took me down like 100 notches. Like boom. Yeah, they called me over the phone and told me for sure. Yeah, they said one slot is suspicious for the C word, but mostly just looks like the most serious. Yeah, so test the levels or something. Yeah, they tested the levels and then they called me and told me, hey, we need to get you to like to do something like quick with the procedure. And so obviously I scheduled it right away, but it's wild when someone calls you and tells you that. You're like, what, bitch? What? You know, it's not cool. It's not fun. Oh, what's up, Shield? Went grocery shopping and then mowed the grass. Look at you. Oh God, I bet you're sweating your balls off, aren't you? Yeah, I find out over the phone. Yeah, you will. You'll black out if it's bad, but it's fine. You'll get through it. You'll get through it. The first thing I did when I found out that something was wrong with me, obviously, I think it's what everybody does, is you go to YouTube and you start looking up people who have also been through it. And there was this one chick I watched, and she was so inspirational, dude. She was like, she made a tiny little vlog about how she dealt with it. And the first like day of the vlog, she was like really upset. Obviously, you would be really upset. And then the second day was like, or the second portion was her like getting it taken care of. And she had a way worse situation than me. This chick on YouTube, she had like a level 7 blah, blah, blah something. And they had to completely give her a hysterectomy. And which, you know, you don't think like, you're like, oh, well, you had a hysterectomy and it's over, you know, but you don't understand to women how important like all that stuff is. Like I didn't myself understand how important all that was to me until I had to face the thought of not having it anymore. And then I was like, fuck that. I need all my shit. Like I need all my shit. Like I don't need a little bit of it. I need all of it. Okay. And she had a hysterectomy and she got through it so like bravely. Like she went in, she had such a, like she was just so brave. You know what I mean? And then the very end of the video was just an update. And it had been like, I think like 6 months or something like that since she had the procedure. And she was like, hey, I just wanted to hop on and tell everybody that I'm feeling so much better. And my life is like totally not any different than it was before. And I'm so glad I had that procedure done. And I'm doing good now. And I just wanted to tell everybody that, you know, everything's going to get better and blah, 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 blah. It was just super inspirational. And it was that one video that made me kind of take a deep breath and be like, you know what? If it happens, it happens. There's nothing I can do about it. And, you know, this was like before I knew like what procedure I was going to have or whatever, you know. I was like, if it happens, it happens. There's nothing I can do about it. And I was just, you know, thanking the higher powers and the universe that of all the things that I could be handed, that this was it. You know what I mean? Because you can get handed a lot of wild shit. You know, when it comes to the Russian roulette of the universe, you can get a lot of wild shit. So I was thankful that my trial that was put in front of me wasn't a horrific one, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll find out over the phone. Yeah, they're important too. I had a mammogram this year because I had a lump and I'm genetically high risk, so I get them every year now and CT scans every year too to make sure no breast cancer. What's up, Hot Forms? Yeah, you came in a little late. I did some repotting and some whatnots, but it's not been formal. We're just hanging out. I'm creating a space that we can all hang out every day throughout the week. And we can just chill, and there's not, like, it doesn't have to be super anything, you know? That's what I want this to be, just a chill space. What's up, Mari? I have found out that I have scoliosis. It helps knowing that you've been through it. Thank you for sharing. No problem, Kristen. No problem. Anytime. And don't feel like you're trauma dumping. I don't believe in that, by the way. I don't believe in that. So, like, if, you know, if you come into a chat room and we're your friends, then you can tell us stuff that's going on. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if no one doesn't like it. They can kick rocks. I found out I have scoliosis and arthritis in my back this year. I was freaked out and sad, but my boyfriend told me I'm not any different than I was before. That's a good way of clarifying things, isn't it? I'm listening still. I have a baby channel and I'm live while listening to you. Oh my God. What's your channel? What's your channel, Sophie? Trauma dumping is, well, you know, the thing is that, like, if I were made of particles, I think half of those particles would be trauma dumping particles. So I can't subscribe to that shit. Everything I do, it feels like trauma dumping. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to make people feel uncomfortable. But how do we not talk about our traumatic experiences? Like, is that not how we socialize? I don't know. What do people who haven't been traumatized talk about all day? Simply Sophie. Well, I'll be damned. Is my fish tank really? It sounds loud as fuck to me. Hang on, hang on. You just hang on. Aren't you guys impressed with how good my dogs have been today? I've barely had to get up and do anything. Barely. I can hear Winston right now licking his you-know-whats. I see you. I see you. I got you clocked. Their happiness? I don't know. What do they talk about? Their yachts and shit? And their timeshares? I don't know what these people talk about. I don't know. That's why when Casey, which I just pray on everything holy, please, Sky God, I just hope Casey's work doesn't watch this. Like, let's just be real, okay? Because those are all really straight-laced people. They are not... What words do I use? They're straight edge. They're all a bunch of straight edge folks who live very straight edge lives. And I just wish that he wasn't like, he was so proud of me when I first started this channel that he could not stop telling people that I had a channel. And I was like, babe, stop telling people that I have a channel. Oh my God. The last thing I need is your coworkers watching my videos. Like, I'm not palpable for these people. Do you understand? You're going to be the laughing stock of your job. What are you doing? Oh, thank you, Sophie. Trauma dump is psychologist speak. I agree. Also dealing with the same situation. I'm scared shitless. Hurts. Hugs to you and hope you get a good call. I did not know that, Hot Farms. I'm going to be praying for you, sweetie. It's scary, but you can get through it. You can get through it. It's scary, but you can get through it. I also did 23andMe for the health screenings. I do not carry the BRCA1 or BRCA2. I haven't done any kind of testing like that, but the breast C, the big breast C, like I don't even like saying that word, y'all. Like I'm so traumatized. Which, you know, it's not really appropriate to talk about, but nothing nice to talk about is. So my stepkids is their mom. She has had like a run-in with the C in that department. And so it's just also when you're my age or when you're my age adjacent and people just start getting sick a lot. You know what I mean? Like I hear all the time about people popping up sick. This is when we run out of like our, you know, when you're doing all that shit in your 20s and your 30s and you're completely invincible and you just do whatever you want and you eat whatever you want and you drink whatever you want and then you smoke whatever you want. And then you hit your 40s and you're like, oh shit, like everybody's dropping like flies. Like that's what I'm going through right now. So everybody that like I would know of or have a known adjacent, like a lot of people are popping up sick. We live in a very toxic environment. So that's just what's up. What's up, Michelle Yvonne? C is trauma for everybody, okay? And that's why I just call it C. Like, I ain't even trying to mess up and say the whole word. Like, I don't even care. I don't like it. No problem, Hot Farms. You hang in there, girl. You're going to be weird for a while, but you'll get over it. It'll be better. I had a mammogram at 17 because I found out I had cysts. I do not have very big girls. So when they did it, I got bruises. So after my surgery, I've been back. Going to be 50 this year. Oh my God, Patty. Happy big 5-0. Damn, girl. Yep, 48 now and everything hurts. Yeah, that's the way it goes, isn't it? I told Casey yesterday, I was like, I can't believe that I quit smoking and I don't even know when I quit smoking. So people usually like know the date and like the time and where they were or whatever. I don't even remember. And I know I have a vape. It's not the same thing, okay? Cigarettes were really hard to quit. I had to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with the cigarettes. But I knew I had to leave that shit in my 30s. Like, there's no way you can carry that shit over into your 40s. Like, if you're smoking and you're in your 40s, like, whatever, dude. Like, whatever, man. If you can live that kind of lifestyle, go for it. Like, you gotta let that shit go. You gotta put the smoking down. You gotta put all the other shit down. You just gotta walk away. And you gotta go into your 40s being a little more chill and not being so psychotic with the way you do things. That's just the way it goes. Roughly 5 years ago. In and around 5 years ago. So not, like, I didn't quit in my 20s or whatever. I quit around, I know it was Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, but I don't know what year it was. And that's sad. Like, I have no idea. And then I was addicted hardcore to the Juul. You know, the Juul, what everybody's addicted to the Juul now or whatever. I was addicted to that shit long ago when those shits first came out. And I was so addicted to that shit. Like, it was worse than the cigarettes. So then I would just sit around, like, at least with the cigarette, I would go out and have a cigarette. Then cigarette time is over. So you go back in the house and your cigarette time is over. You go wash your hands. You do something else for like 2 or 3 hours, and then you go have another cigarette, right? That's cigarettes. When you're hitting a Juul, you're hitting that shit all day long. You're just like, I couldn't put that bitch down. I couldn't go to the bathroom without it. Like, it was so whacked. And I was like, okay, so the Juul is worse. Like, I'm constantly just can't even be without this Juul. Like, if we left the house without the Juul, I had to go to the gas station to get a Juul. Like, it was so bad. So I quit the Juul. So this vape here, this is for like social situations, so I can feel like I have something in my hand and I'm doing something, but it's nowhere near as addictive as what the Juul was. The Juul had me locked the fuck down. That Juul had me, like, I was into that shit. And they had like the fact that they won't let you smoke anything menthol is maddening to me. So right when I quit the Juul, it was because I'm defiant, and they told me that they weren't selling menthol Juul pods anymore. And so I was like, well, I'm not buying them anymore. And I was so pissed off that the government was trying to tell me what flavor of shit I could smoke. It's like, I'm already killing myself. Y'all are going to tell me what flavor anyways, I was so pissed off about that I just quit the Juuls altogether. And now it's just this little vape, and that's my vice, and that's what I do. But I don't carry it around in my anus all day like I did the Juul, so it's a little bit different. But yes, smoking is bad. Everything you smoke, everything you inhale is bad. It's all bad. It's all bad for you. I'm just glad I don't do it anymore because of my kids. And you know, the young people are smoking again. Did you know that it's cool to smoke cigarettes again? So now it's lame if you're blowing big balls of smoke. Like, that's the lame shit. So that went through a phase where that was the cool shit. Everybody was blowing big piles of smoke everywhere, and you were cool, man. You made your own fucking vape mod. You're fucking badass. And then somehow we've come back around again to where now the cool thing is if you have a pack of Marlboros, yeah, or some Skull and Marlboros and that new Zen shit. Like, it's becoming so cool and so posh now to smoke cigarettes again. And I'm like, y'all, what the fuck? Can we not just get away from this shit? I don't know why they banned menthol, because they can't mind their own fucking business and do their jobs. That's why. The government can't handle taking a shit on its own, but it wants to come in my house and tell me what to do. If that gives y'all any indication about how I feel about that shit, they can stay out of my damn business. Yes, kids are smoking cigarettes again. Like, that's, well, everything that I see, like, because I, you know, try to keep up with the vocab and the lingo and shit so I can keep up with my kids talking about stuff. And that's all I see is like really young people being like, your vape is dumb, go smoke a cigarette like a normal person. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe we're going back in time like that. I even saw a kid with a pack of cigarettes rolled in his fucking sleeve, y'all. In his sleeve. It's like my grandpa didn't even do that shit. It's fucked up. If cigarettes are the new cool thing for everybody, we are going backwards. I believe it crystallizes your lungs, not positive. I'm glad you quit out of spite. I did quit out of spite, yeah. I'll quit a lot of shit out of spite. I'll break up with someone over spite. Like, I'm a spiteful bitch, if you know what I'm saying. I am spiteful. I am bitchy, I am cunty. Here's the things that, like, also, for you ladies younger than 40, I fought my own personality for the better part of my life. I have wanted to be someone else more often than I've wanted to be myself. And I am just kind of coming to grips with the fact that, you know how Casey's a really sweet sweetie? He's just a sweet sweetie. And he doesn't even have like mean thoughts. Like his little brain is just no thoughts, just vibes, Care Bear shit, hearts floating around in there. It's just so peaceful and sweet. Like, it's amazing what happens in his brain. My brain is a shitty asshole. And I used to beat myself up about that. I mean, really beat myself up about it. And now I've just realized that it's okay. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. I feel like I'm a sweet person. Like, if you met me in person, I am so nice. Like, I try my best to be polite and use polite words like thank you and yes please and no thank you and yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am and no ma'am. I try to be really respectful of people. But like, my general personality is that I'm just kind of a bitch. And I think that since I've just accepted the fact that I'm a bitch, my life has gotten so much better. Just FYI. So if you have really bitchy tendencies as a girl, and I'm not saying be a bitch to people, it's just don't beat yourself up for your naturally bitchy tendencies. That's all I'm saying. And I'm one with myself now, and I know who I am, and I'm kind of a bitch. So it's okay. Just when I talk about stuff or when I say stuff, I'm always like over apologizing for everything. Like, oh, well, if you like this or if you like that, but that's not really how I really feel. Like, I just really mean it sometimes when I say stuff. So I am a spunky girl. Yeah, Emily, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know why. I don't know. Yeah, it really is. It really is. And yeah, the setting fire to something and smoking it is crazy. And you know how I did it forever, for a long time. My friend smoked and she has asthma. I was like, girl, are you trying to kill yourself? Years later, she ended up in the hospital with a collapsed lung. Oh my God. For real, I think. Too many people hide it. So that's the deal. And that's another thing about the live streaming. I think I'm going to have sweat marks. Do I have sweat marks? Okay, good. I did not pee my pants, I swear. The thing that got irritating about recording videos and not going live was I felt like I was faking it. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Like, in this environment where we're all just chilling out and we're all talking to each other, it feels honest, it feels real, it feels good. Like, I told Casey last week, this is the least amount of, like, I would get so worked up around YouTube, and I don't even know why. Like, you don't even have to be that way around YouTube. It was just me and how I reacted to it. But when I knew I had a video to film, or I knew I had a video to edit, or I knew I had to perform or something, I would put so much pressure on myself, like this unreasonable amount of pressure, and it would make it so hard to film and so hard to edit. And then I would be sitting here with my plant and I would be looking at the camera, and it doesn't matter how long I've been filming for. Like, I could be on a good streak and it wouldn't matter. Like, I would be like, hey guys, how's it going? Like, it didn't matter if I was having a bad day or what. It was so performative. And I'm not saying everything I said was performative, but a lot of it was. Because a lot of times when I would go to film a video, I was feeling like so pent up and just like so whacked out by having to like have a light on me and the camera on me or whatever. And once I got out, like the initial, when I very first started and was like, here are all my collections, and I had really things to like talk about. But once that had kind of come, then I was like, oh God, what do I say? And also, what if I say something wrong? And also, nobody's gonna like this video. Nobody's gonna watch it. This video is not gonna get as many views as everybody else's video. Everybody else doing plants is doing better than me. Everybody gets more subs. Everybody gets more views. You know, it just became like this tornado of like thoughts inside my head when I would film, and it was just, it sucked. It really sucked. And this is the first time in 5 years of doing YouTube that I don't feel this huge giant ball of anxiety when I come to sit down and go live with you guys, which is the exact opposite of what you would think, because you would think going live would be way more nerve-wracking. Even after my latest Starbucks mishap, I'm still not nervous, not like I was, because it feels more genuine. It feels like I can actually talk to you guys, which is obviously what's happening, and I just don't feel performative. So this is way better for me than it ever was before. So I'm really, really, really happy for this new. And Casey's worried. He's like, I don't know if the live streaming is the thing, but it's the thing. It's what I'm doing. I'm going to be doing it in perpetuity for as long as I can. So that's why I think the After Dark was so successful. It was you. It was me. Yeah. No. Don't take it bad at all. No, but when I think when you have a camera like in your face, like when you're setting up to film and like you're getting all ready and you're putting your makeup on and you're making sure you have a cute shirt on or whatever, and then you sit down and then you're like, and you go to talk, it's wild. Like if anybody in the chat makes YouTube videos, you know, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't have to explain it to you. Like y'all already know. But for anybody that doesn't make content, it's a wild ass feeling. Like it is wild. Like, yeah, and then everything you think about talking about when you're about to film and you're sitting there and you're going like this and you're about to film, you're like, oh no, I shouldn't say that. Oh no, I can't talk about that. Or, oh no, you'd be like, even about plants. I remember back in the day, it was taboo. People were getting so pissed off because people were using the word rare on plant hauls and shit like that. Like, who gives a fuck? There was a lot of people who gave a fuck though, honey. I'm telling you, everybody gave a fuck. And they were like, I don't know who's one to use rare, blah, blah, blah. So I would be sitting there, literally breaking out into a cold sweat, like, should I call this plant rare or should I not? Like, I don't want everybody to be upset with me. Girl, no. We're not doing that shit anymore. I don't give a shit if anybody doesn't like it. I don't give a shit if you don't like the way you use the word rare. I don't care if you don't like that I'm live. I don't give a shit. Get with it or get without it. You know what I'm saying? I've tried and tried doing recording content. I can't do it. It's so hard. And Casey, you guys know Casey. He will simplify a problem like a motherfucker. He will make you feel like your problems are so simple. And he was like, I can do it, no big deal. He went back to our bedroom and took the tripod, and he was gone for a long time. And he came back and he was so defeated. And he was like, I can't do it. And I'm like, babe, yes you can. You could totally do it. He was like, I just can't. He was like, if you're with me and we're riffing off of each other and we're having a conversation, I can do it. But if I'm back there by myself, he's like, I can't even talk. Like words won't even come out of my mouth. And it was so revealing to him because he always had made it very simplified. Like, I don't understand why you can't just go do it. Just go do it. You know, like, it only takes like 20 minutes. Just go do it. That day, he realized that it's not that simple. And it's not that easy. And you can't just go. You can't just start talking to a camera like that. It's really hard, you know. And most people need a script and know exactly what they're going to say. And then you feel the overwhelming pressure of the community that's going to come down on you because you're just starting. He got all of it. He understood everything in a moment. And it was a real thing where we actually kind of connected a little bit over it. And I was like, yeah, that's what I feel when I'm trying to put content out. It's intense. It's a very intense thing, you know? So, hey, what's up, LeRae? I need to get caught up on your vlogs. I saw your stuff pop up in my stuff the other day. I need to watch your stuff. You can do it though, Sophie. Literally, if you do it enough times, you can do it. It just take some NyQuil. You'll be fine. Drink a beer. That's what I told him. I said, hey, just have a shot and then come back and try it again. If it's uncommon and I can't find it at Home Depot, I consider rare or uncommon. Yeah, but girl, back in the day, remember how I told you I was part of all those groups too? Like those social groups, well, not social groups, the chat groups or whatever. It'd be on Instagram and we'd have a whole bunch of like other plant tubers in it. So you would hear all of their opinions, right? And if their opinions weren't like my opinion, I'm like, oh girl, I better not say that then. I'm gonna get completely like ousted by the whole society. But I think that was just me being immature and just starting out on YouTube and being a little bitch. Leia! Leia! Sorry. We'll need 5 Valium to go on camera. You probably would if you think you would. Oh, man. In your head, it is a different thing, yeah. Back in the day, it was vicious, and don't dare do a similar video or roasted for stealing ideas. Oh my God, girl, that was 100% the way it was. 100% the way it was. I remember trashing a whole video one time because someone did a similar video to it, and I didn't want to be seen as a content thief. You know how many people put shit on YouTube? You have any idea how many people put shit on YouTube? And my bitch ass was worried about a microcosm this big. I can't even believe it when I think back on it. It's so dumb. Remember when people were stealing plants? I do. I do remember that. That was wild. And wasn't one person in particular accused of stealing Spiritus Sancti? Or like some sort of, was it carnivorous plants? Ooh, there was some tea back then, y'all. I don't even know if it was true, but the shit was popping off. People were talking so much shit, I can't remember. Spiritus Sancti was got, I'm not going to say any names because I think it was found out that it wasn't true, but there was some beef back in the day about people stealing plants. Like someone actually accused a guy who does content on YouTube of going to a greenhouse and stealing shit. They made videos about it. It was wild. There was a lot. 2 different people. Okay, then I wasn't misremembering. Oh my God. Oh my God. But it's so fun now because I feel like we all got to have those same experiences and we can remember all that shit because it was wild. It was wild. I like it as being roadkill and the vultures are circling it together. That's exactly what's going on. I hate to be rude and bring this conversation to a close, but I have to go to the bathroom so bad, y'all. I can feel it in my damn teeth. Right here, okay? And I've been holding it for a while and rocking back and forth in this chair, but I can't take it no more. We've been on here for a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye. I love you guys so freaking much. Thank you guys so much for coming to my live today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you gave you a little break from whatever work troubles you have going on today or whatever. Get ready. If you're a dirty plant hoe, if you're on the highest level of my membership, get ready. Make sure your plants are ready for your plant trade. If you're wanting to trade with other dirty plant hoes or with me, make sure you got some rooted plants to ship out. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, over 30% of the people who watch me are not subscribed. And I'm tired of being your dirty little secret, bitch. So please subscribe. And like the stream if you had a good time, all right? Peace out. Love you. Later, taters. Bye.